Today I walked along the trail which follows the seacoast that passes by my house. A few leaves still cling to bare branches. Waves batter the shore, and yes, winter is coming. The weather forecast is calling for rain, and it is being likened to an atmospheric river. I wonder not about invisible water, but about the spring of my 11th year and mother. She had come from Scotland with a trunk full of traditions and prejudices, which rightly or wrongly she wore like a badge of honor until her dying day. The whys, wherefores, and the swirling vortex of contradictions which made up who she was left many worlds shattered and in turmoil. Over the years, anxieties have diminished, and I no longer feel like the child of a lesser god. Time has eased the inner conflict, and I have no wish to follow memories of her as they disappear around some hidden corner. I suspect I am now the same age as Mother was when death arrived. She had been a big, robust woman who struck terror into the core of all the hapless kids she had fostered, instilling in everyone a fear and angst that we could be sent away or replaced at a moment's notice. She reigned supreme in a world of abuse. Her presence could suck the life out of a room. I wondered about Mother's upbringing, what slights, torments, and atrocities she had endured to make her so cold, cruel, and indifferent. She had apparently been married at one time. To what end, I do not know, but perhaps another reason for her bitter severity. It also may have been a way of surviving. Mine was to separate into a number of other selves, each different incarnation a layer of protection to save the one. At school, I was just a kid like any other. They came from around the globe, and no one seemed any different from anyone else. Granted, the accents were at times hard to understand, but by grade 4 or 5, it didn't matter. We understood one another perfectly. I can't say I understood Mother with the same ease. After classes, there were days I wished to run fast and forever to avoid the hurt that was to come. Anything to delay the meeting of hostility and anger. I disliked going home. However, there were punishments for those who lollygagged. I was the last of the foster children and was raised by her from infancy. For quite some time, I wondered why I couldn't do anything right, or why she didn't like me, or how or why she kept me there so long. It wasn't until much later that I got it. Her Christian upbringing told part of the story. To her, I was a savage, a heathen, something to be punished, fixed, and made right. However, my dark skin, black wavy hair, and coffee-colored eyes gave the game away. To her, I was an abomination, not only because of skin shade or race, but by the way I came into the world as an unwanted token of a marital affair, a child of Satan. It went against the grain of what she believed. Her mental stability was always in a state of flux, from angry to angrier, and I suppose the vast quantity of alcohol she drank from the big brown medicine bottle above the stove didn't help much either. On the night she died, I heard the siren in the distance, then closer and closer, until it stopped outside the house, all of which seemed to take an eternity. She had slumped in the bedroom chair as her gray hair fell across stooped shoulders. The nightie she wore was sheer and somewhat revealing, so I took a blanket from the bed and covered her for warmth and for the sake of dignity. The light in her limpid blue eyes grew dim as I felt Mother pass from the world. And with that, all I had ever been, and all I ever would be to her, faded into the beyond. I was left with only myself and my memory of things. If the walls could talk, the paint would have peeled off in sorrow and filled the floor with the tears of forgotten, defenseless children. As the ambulance screamed away into the unknown, for the first time since I was born, I felt safe.